Hello and welcome to Roguelike Dolls. We are playing Returnal. We are apparently buying this, Force a Habit, but I don't mind unlocking a new item, I suppose. After getting hit, reduces alt fire cooldown. That's potentially a huge asset. We're in the Echoing Ruins. So I probably bitched about it in an episode of Binding of Isaac. Although, you know, my Binding of Isaac episodes are a little bit ahead of, when I say ahead, I mean I have a bit of a backlog to post. I should probably be posting more than one Isaac episode per day. I did record a episode of Returnal, which would have been, you know, probably episode, like, I guess it would have been episode 19 is sort of the lost episode here. Which got lost to the ether because I don't even know if I'm gonna bother to post it. I mean, like, I'm definitely not gonna post it as a episode in sequence just because there's no commentary. It's just gameplay, and you know, maybe people would like that, and if people just want to see boring, or I guess not necessarily boring, depending on what you're getting out of videos, maybe it's interesting to you, but, oh, that's nice. We want that if we can get it. Increases the value of max integrity upgrades? Yeah, definitely. So, maybe, I don't know if that means we shouldn't pick up resin, or if it's retroactive. But in any case, maybe we won't pick up any resin, or maybe we'll cap ourselves off at 2 until we can get, you know, 300 obolite to... So we could put off some resin gathering. So in the gameplay that we lost, what did we do? We did beat the boss again, the music boss, the organ player. Which was cool, you know. We made really good progress in the Frozen Wastes, and I learned a lot about fighting some enemies that, you know, we've only had brief encounters with. So we made some progress in the world of the Frozen Waste and just our general comfort with it. Ouch. Okay. There's one more enemy around here. Where is it? Kind of flying around up there. Did he clip through a wall? I did encounter a bug where I clipped through a wall, which was not great. I don't know where this enemy is, and I don't know if we can get to him. Luckily, we're not in lockdown or anything, so maybe he's stuck down here? Oh, yeah. Alright. That's fine. Weapon stimulant, an item that we've never used and I'm scared to use. I guess I should use it once, at least for your sake. It just intuitively sounds very bad to not be able to move. Alright, so if this is resin, we're not too interested in it. Because we don't... Well, I guess we could take one resin. But we don't want to get 2 resin. So we need like 75 more beneficial effects. But, you know, that's a level of min-maxing that I might not be into. Silver Lattice. Be immune to slowdown effects. There's only a couple enemies in the Echoes, or the Echoing Wastes, or whatever, wherever we are now. Echoing Ruins, maybe, that slow you down. But there are a number, or at least 2 or 3 enemies in the Fractured Waste that do it. And as I say this, we run into a room. Alright, this isn't the variant that I thought it was, but it's possibly even more dangerous variant. but you're gonna need to send a lot more cliff racers to kill a gamer of our magnitude and splendor. Okay, not bad, not bad. I was expecting to have a lot more trouble with those cliff racers, but we picked up a really good gun. What did we learn? I guess let's start with that. What did we learn in the episode that I'm probably not gonna like dub commentary over, because that sounds boring to me to watch like 3 hours of my own gameplay. Which, I mean, I appreciate the irony of it, that I'm like asking all of you to watch my gameplay, but you know, I like watching other people's gameplay of games. It's fun for me, but I don't know about watching my own stuff. It's just not a surprise, you know? Like, if you're watching, like when I'm watching somebody else play on YouTube, it's like fun because I don't know what's gonna happen, but like when I'm watching myself, it's like there's no surprises there. This is very good. And we didn't even pick up any sort of malignant effect. It's great. Say hello to the death pool. Hello, Deadpool. And we're gonna backtrack. Already backtracking. Shameful. But highly beneficial. So yeah, what did we learn in the last episode? Take it slow is a huge thing. You know, pick your battles in the right spot. Maybe don't, you know, as much as I would like it to be a possibility, we really can't fight the, wait, you're not the one I want. We really can't fight the other people's suits that we find, at the very least, until we get a weapon that isn't our default starter pistol, because the default starter pistol is kind of so bad. You know, modified sidearms that you find elsewhere are kind of good, but at the very least, the one that you absolutely start with at the very, you know, when you respawn, it doesn't have any like special abilities on it, which really decrease the overall power of the weapon by a huge order of magnitude. So you don't want to mess with the like super enemies that can spawn from these guys without having a weapon. And even in this case, like the two outcomes are this guy falls down and it spawns a tentacly monster, which is kind of the worst case scenario for us. Yeah, you see, like, that wasn't great, and I think using our alt fire there, although it did a lot of damage, what do we got? We're still on 12. So, we're not too mad. The item that we picked up was, like, no doubt it's good, but max integrity is just okay. You know, it's very valuable to have a lot of health, but without, like, protection to back it up, or, like, healing, or, you know, some other factors to synergize with having a lot of health. Like, protection's especially good, because it increases your effective max HP by such a large factor. We're not too mad, and even that one, it wasn't like we got a lot of max integrity. Hello, Deadpool. Say goodbye to Deadpool. It's not like we got a lot of max integrity. We just got the potential to get a lot of max integrity. So, E-liquefier is always fun. And actually really effective. The one time we used it, I think we only liquefied 2 keys, but it did give us a massive boost to integrity. So, can't argue with it. Okay. What do we got? These little guys. Do some of this action. Get some pylons cooking. Got him. Just gonna keep moving. We don't have to do anything too fancy here. We've decided to stop undervaluing the Electron driver. I think it's actually kind of a good weapon, and a couple of its strengths are like it will constantly deal damage to an enemy even if we're not focusing on it, which inherently makes it kind of sick. And it, you know, it can do a lot of damage in the right context. So I think for a long time I sort of wrote it off because it was a lot harder to use than some other items. I also think it's currently enhancing the value of our blade. So, alright, we have one key, but we want to save for a large number of keys. We don't want to pop this item, like, either until we're ready to move on from this item, because we have so many valuable items on the ground. Suffer damage when using keys is perfect, because we don't want to use keys. I think this is the blade harmonizer effect. Lithium resin, got a max integrity upgrade, we're loving it. One unfortunate side effect of losing that progress was, alright, inflicts damage, we can take some damage. Alright, but we didn't. Nobody's talking about how we didn't take damage. Take some malignancy. No, we're just gonna keep winning. In the episode before the episode that we lost, we had beaten the boss and moved on to the Fractured Waste and kind of cut the episode short, I think. Because it was like late or something. Anyways, to summarize what happened after we resumed, I pretty much died immediately. So, you know, very good and exciting content there. But, you know, the run after I died was pretty good. Move on from that rolling. Youch. Youch. Alright, not the best play coming from us in that little alcove, but okay. Lithium is nice, definitely nice. So one thing that we can do with this weapon is after we have a pylon on an enemy, we can shove pylons into the nearby ground. So really we want to tag at least one enemy, and then when we miss, either on purpose or by accident, then we can start getting some pylons on the ground, which the next time we tag an enemy, it's going to increase, you know, the amount of damage each enemy takes that has a pylon in them. You know, and it kind of stacks up into sort of a building, you know, dot that could hurt a lot of things. Kill hostiles 10, that's pretty easily done. We were planning on doing that anyways. We're not going to use our keys because we can convert our keys into integrity. We do miss out on some stuff. Usually the key chests tend to contain artifacts. Which, you know, we're not hugely into losing artifacts. We did take some damage from this, but we get a visceral knot, which remains the funniest item. I think it's beneficial to turn this into obolites, but not yet. So it doesn't, like right now, because we're not planning on using any keys, we don't really pay the consequences. Wound Seekers is really good. Let's see if we can find a little bit more obolites in this room. We only need like 3 total. There's 2. There we got small Slithium, we'll take. There's 6. All right. Sometimes you can find a parasite crushing these things, which is very good. Wound Seeker's sort of an execution shot. Very nice to have. And we'll continue on. Hopefully we find a couple more keys. Is there a parasite in this room? I don't really get the point of this room if there's not like a parasite or something. Right? Maybe there's not a point. Maybe there doesn't need to be a point of every room. I don't know. I'm not a game designer, but I would like more parasites, that's for sure. That's for dang sure. Okay, this is a nice room. Got a little heal for free. Okay, this isn't the worst room type, but we overshot our platform in a moment of... Oh, we almost did it twice. I think I just panic in those little platforming sections. That said, we didn't pay too bad of a price for our little indiscretion there. Alright. Give us some more squids. Got him. Ow, right on top of us. Very dangerous. We got a second key, which is great. Not that I'm in any position to ask for this game to be more difficult, because I'm not nearly elite enough to really merit it, but I kind of wish there were more champion enemies. Kind of the same way that you run into a room and there's like a champion in Binding of Isaac. We're not going to use this bed right away because frankly, we have too much health for it, and our max integrity doesn't really merit it, but the bed increases max integrity, and I think it heals integrity as well, so very good room type to find. Melee kills repair integrity, inhibits the use of Slithium resources. Alright, we'll try it. Worst case scenario, we have a consistent way of removing all of our parasites. One other thing that we learned in the last episode was that, or in the unaired lost episode, we'll make it sound sexier than it is. It's like, you know, a fabled like Beatle recording tape that like contains a full Beatles album that nobody will ever see. That doesn't exist, by the way. I'm just comparing something to a similar cultural like loss. What do we got? Slimy fabrication costs. Sure. And we have an obolite. Alright. Well, in all likelihood, we're gonna die in this mob trap room, but it does give us a great chance to remove some of our, some of our malfunctions here. And I don't know if inhibit Slithium resources includes, you know, resin, because that would be really bad, because then we have like no way of getting max integrity, but I don't know if that's what it means. However, I will say we currently have full health. We're just gonna let that squid come to us. Youch. Youch. Come on. Stop killing us. we'll try to sneak the melee kill. We got it. Blocked by Parasite. So we gotta run around and try to get these melee kills. Just because they're very valuable to us. But we also need to get some speed going, so we're not gonna do it for everyone. If we, you know, we don't want to be fighting these guys when we're fighting the gorilla. That's for sure. Alright. Just gonna keep on shooting to build up like a maximum wet. You know, I talked a lot of shit about this weapon, but we are dealing a lot of damage without firing a lot. Like, we fully killed him like the last quarter of his health bar without firing almost at all. So, who's the real fool? What do we got? Payload rounds, high caliber. I think this is the version of this weapon that shoots slower. That said, I think we're gonna go with it. Not that we're gonna disrespect the carbine. I think we definitely are carbine respecters. Full auto is always fun, especially with enlarged chamber. Alright, we can get max integrity, we just can't get slippium. Pulsating match. Attaching or detaching parasites increases max integrity. That's nice because maybe we'll want to get rid of this at some point. It's unclear. It's not like a rush to get rid of it. I think it's a pretty good source of health sustain, honestly. It's just, you know, a bit of a trade-off, small slippium. It's also making it a little bit confusing which of these we can pick up and which of them we can't. But, oh god, I love full auto on this weapon. It's so sick. What do we got? Increases protection is almost always worth taking. And we're moving right along with our proficiency gain for sure. Repair efficiency, suffer damage from long falls is doable. And we do need to keep an eye on how many parasites we have. We now have 5, so we're gonna lose one next time we pick up a parasite. And I tell you what, if we find a parasite that's sufficiently sick to pick up, we are going to use this parasite harvester. Just because, like, odds are it won't take our melee kill one or our repair efficiency one. Even if we take them, you know, as a group, they're only, you know, 20% of our total, or they're 40% of our total parasites on our body, right? So if we use that item, there's a 60% chance it takes one of our other things that aren't quite as useful. However, if it took the melee kills one, I'm not panicked about that. If it takes the repair efficiency one, also not too panicked about that one. Because suffering damage from long claws does really suck. What do we got here? Blade Balancer, always fun. Adrenal Leech. Incredible. Dash Blast, not as good. So this is a huge priority. That's a pretty big priority. So how many are we looking for? Around 450 obolites to get what we want from here. And we're virtually always trying to get the Slippium Vial. And I don't think that would be... we wouldn't be locked out from that, probably. Yeah, which we missed. We do gotta be a little bit careful about long falls. Our melee kills are really going a long way with this whole repair efficiency augment that we got. And if we are going to be trying to get a lot of melee kills, you know, potentially worth it to think about Blade Balancer as a priority. Likes to do a charge after that one, but I think we can get the melee kill on him, and we did. Just sick. We got the healing. It's probably not worth, you know, risking a lot for that healing. We will switch to a new weapon. Salvage hostiles. Greatly, no, we don't want greatly increased dash. Or melee, for that matter. All of our healing comes from doing timely melee attacks. So it would be very bad to delay our ability to do melee attacks. We would suffer greatly for that decision. I'm only interested in decisions that will make us suffer moderately or less. And we selected the weapon that we did. Not that we don't enjoy full auto. It's quite good. Nobody's disputing that. What we don't like is, alright, kinetic field, nullification sphere. Kinetic field is pretty dang good. But we're gonna hold on to nullification sphere for now. We could just use parasite harvester and see how it goes. Let's try it. What did we lose? Alright. Status, melee kills, repair integrity. We kept repair efficiency, and actually we lost... I don't remember which one we lost, but clearly if we cannot remember it, it was not a big tragedy that we lost it, probably. That's how I usually feel about those types of things. Ouch. Alright, we are doing good with these melee kills. Ouch. You know, we're very in it. But we got a little sustain, you know? How did I miss? What do we got? Yeah, we want Portal Beam level 2. We love Portal Beam. We want to work on upgrading it to the expense of most other types of things. We'll free this guy from the tree. He got stuck. Poor little guy. Alright, no, that's just our weapon. What are we looking for? That's an impenetrable as of yet barrier. You are a resin on you. Protection reduced by 30% sucks a lot, but we should be getting those melee kills pretty dang quick. PDQ, as they say in the biz. The biz of shortening not too long phrases to abbreviations that are, you know, approximately the same length. Alright, nullification. We'll use kinetic sphere the next chance, and maybe we'll get that adrenal charge soon. But if we don't, we don't. I'm really undervaluing the sidearm, and I think we will have a, you know, Molly discovers the sidearm and starts enjoying it a lot arc. But for the time being, we're not on that arc, and we don't like it very much. Just because every other weapon feels better than it. But I said the same thing about... So actually we want to do this. Immediately use that. get up to adrenaline level 5, because we're not going to backtrack for it for sure. So, you know. Are there 2 unpassable barriers? Usually you only get 1 per level. Is there a 3rd one, or am I just, like, hallucinating? No, this one's over here. I think this is a resin. Nope, it's a slippium, which we can't pick up due to the effect of the parasite. Replicator room. How are we doing on money? We're doing pretty good on money. Alright, what do we got? This is a bad version of this room by all standard metrics, but we have a good weapon, so it shouldn't be too bad. We lost our adrenaline, which is expected. We were going to take damage in this room. There's pretty much no way around it. But we didn't take that much damage, and we were able to recover most everything. Got a translocation sphere, which will immediately pop to get this room, which is going to hurt us a little bit. But we got a lot of obolites out of the deal. We're doing amazing on obolites. Alright, key liquefier, a huge part of our path to success in this run, I think. What do we got? We want to keep on working on portal beam, but I like ignoring portal beam. I'm very into what that weapon is and what it represents for us in this run. If we, I dodged in the wrong direction. I forgot about the thing where we're trying to kill everyone with melee kills for a second because of the sheer volume of squids. I was a little overwhelmed. Forgive me. We do need to keep getting melee kills. Both, successful over. Decreases alt fire cooldown is pretty nice. What do we got? A couple of these boys. Got both of them, I think. Did we? Not sure about that. Where are you? Alright, I can get you. Come back. Alright, you're gonna do that. I'm gonna dodge into it. I'm gonna slap you. You got it. And now kill this next squid. We almost dodged into that ring. That's one thing I love about the combat in this game is that the like fights that you can have on one side of the room, even though they're so far away, like the design of some of these attacks are like, you can definitely still get in trouble from the consequences of a brawl that occurred really far away relatively long ago in the grand scheme of like time in this video game. Alright, what do we got over here? Ground surge. That's okay. We'll leave it for now. Like resin, we'll take one of those. Melee cooldown increased by 3 seconds is god awful. Almost enough to like use our thing, which purges bad effects. What do we got? Adrenaline cooldown. It's very cheap actually. It's only 85. If it was like 150, I think I would say no, but you know, in the context of what it is, I'm gonna say yes. Lithium resin, always good to have. Do the classic jump off and then come over here, get another resin, get another chest. Getting hit causes suit to emit projectiles is just the sort of thing we want, where we're going to be trading a lot of hits back and forth in this run. One thing that our build so far is kind of lacking is the ability to fight large targets one-on-one. Like, we're not well suited to fight this guy in particular, and lots of other enemies are just like, you know, kind of a pain in the ass to fight when we don't have, you know, some special sauce to help deal with them. What do we got? Melee cooldown increased. So really we're just hoping we don't die here more than anything. We just need to keep moving so these lasers don't get us. Alright, it looks like we got him. He did do a death rattle, which we want to be careful to avoid. We can't pick up the Sliphium healing, but we can get a Sliphium bio, which kind of, you know, saves our bacon a little bit. There is a gun on the ground, which is, we've unlocked Portal Beam 2, and we are rewarded with a much better version of the same gun. We love to see it. We'll be quick on the draw with this. However, what do we got? Efficiency rate, not quite good enough. It's good, but we have some stuff that we need to buy in the store that we already know of. So we need our blade balancer, and we need repair efficiency per adrenaline. These are two things that we for sure want to get from our shop. So first up is Adrenaline Leech. This gives us integrity per level of adrenaline, and then we want Blade Balancer because we have a strategy that is heavily invested in the idea of getting melee kills. Alright, depending on the layout of this room, basically if there's enemies in this room, we're going to use this. Alright, there's a good chance we're going to take damage in this room, so we are using it preemptively. I'm just terrified of these eyeballs. I think we often take damage from them, so no reason to mess around and lose a good thing. We have a lot of good things going for us in this run. Pretty much any time you have a method of healing, plus a method of... no, we don't want to reduce repair efficiency. So if you can have a method of healing and you also have a method of repair efficiency, it can become, you know, you can get in a good place in a run in a hurry. No. No. Come on. Alright. Little enemies. Turrets. We can deal with turrets. Alright, perfect. Oh, we have so much melee cooldown. Alright, we finally got rid of our melee cooldown. We still have acid pools, but that's not so bad. So we're a little bit down, but we're not out. What do we got? Spitmaw Blaster with Backlash. In the spirit of continually unlocking new effects, we gotta go for it. Well, we don't gotta go for it, but I want to go for it. Interference disables turrets. It's nice to have. Turrets aren't the biggest threat, but we can definitely take damage from them. We can take damage from anything in this game. We're really good at it. Alright, so what do we got? Green is intimidating. Am I taking damage from something? No, they're falling into the earth. Alright. I'm just at low health. I'm not in a huge hurry to jump into a pit in a room that I don't understand. And that definitely was not a room that I fully understood. Small Sliphium. Malignant Sliphium. We can't even pick this up, can we? I'm like feeling the vibration in my controller to pick it up, but you know, we can't pick it up. All right, bad room. Oh, bad, very bad room. We'll play a little hide and go seek with this guy. Not to fuck around too much, but, you know, we do need to take it slow with this boy. He is a extremely tough customer. Alright, we did good. The reason why I'm so cautious is this is kind of a newish enemy type that started appearing. Converts obolites into integrity versus key liquefier versus nullification sphere. So I think we want our interference spheres, as shitty as those are in the grand scheme of things, right? We have 2 interference spheres. There's a gun on the ground. Horizontal barrage. We'll go with this other split mod just because I think we can get horizontal barrage on more stuff. And then we'll leave. It seems stupid to leave Obolite Siphon here when I'm really not afraid of turrets all that much. Right? Like, why risk our necks? Well, mid-air. Alright, so we'll just burn Obolite Siphon to get rid of that, and we're not going to go through a locked gate. Because it will hurt us, and we're not interested in that. And we want to keep all our keys. We already agreed that we wanted to go for a heavily, you know, key-based strategy where we, you know, just hoard all our keys and then use them for not jumping into an endless pit. Oh. Ah, we dodged the wrong way. Oh, but not a bad room. We came out of it with more health than we went into it, so that's always good. Protection reduced is bad, and we would love a blade harmonizer level 2. For sure. Enthusiastically. We'll take another one of these, though. Projectile portal. Yeah. We'll take one of those. We enjoy a projectile portal. And we are trying to work towards... Alright, recharging response. Getting hit reduces alt-fire cooldown. That actually is a pretty good thing that lets us square up with difficult enemies 1v1. Small Slithium, not useful. We do have to check the healing icons on our map because they're the same icon, but, you know, malignant or resin is important to us, but healing items are not. Alright, so we can't pick that up, and we wouldn't want to anyways. We're doing great on money. I don't know if we want... Alright, so we're gonna heal our malfunctions so that we can open this and get another malfunction. And we got a Slithium vial, which is like a best case scenario-ish for us. A broken caliper is nice. Swear to God, one of these times I'm gonna spend 2 seconds looking at that fucking item before I pick it up so I know what word that is. I just know that it starts with a C and it's either calibrator or caliper or caliber or one of those words, but I do not know which. Okay. And with that, we are moving on to our next square room, which is the end of this path. You know, I'm noticing that, and maybe it's not substantiated, like you could go back and measure if it's not true, but I think we're getting through these little paths. Oh, is this a repair augment? Oh yeah, we want repair efficiency 25%. That's really good. That's excellent. In any place where we have ads, we're now gonna be just so defensively set, and we're gonna head back here. I'm not fully sold on the idea of this repair hits on melee, because although it's really good in rooms where there's lots of ads, it's much less good in rooms where there are no ads. Alright, so this is expensive, but we do have a slight discount on it. We're probably not going to be able to afford it, though, before we have to go into the wastes. Alright, we do want to rush up here to try to get some of these obolites that just spawned. And we do want to start shooting these guys a little bit. We would love to kill them with melee, but we do not want to jump into a never-ending pit. So, balancing priorities. This guy, we could definitely get this guy. Oh my god. Shouldn't be this hard. Perfect. What do we got? Repair enhancer. Versus... Alright, so we got 2 repair enhancers, which are kind of good. So maybe we do this, we get rid of one of our malfunctions, we pick up the shield vial, immediately use the shield vial, pick up that again. Portal projectiles, nice. Like, we're leaving with the repair enhancer for sure. I'm just deciding whether or not we want to ditch our key liquefier. Sadly, we might get rid of our portal projectile. Portal projectile is really good, but repair enhancer is just great to have on hand, especially when you have a Slithium vial, so you can pop, you know, Slithium vial and then repair enhancer, and then have a lot going for you. Alright, so we don't have a cube, which makes sense. Sometimes there's a parasite really close to these. And I don't know if it's like a probability thing or a coincidence, but it just seems like that's the case often. Alright, so we gotta make the choice to fight the boss, which I enjoy doing. I think it's a fun boss and I'm getting good practice at it, or immediately go into the wastes where, you know, we don't have the greatest boss killing build at the moment. The one thing that the boss does give you that's pretty nice is a free artifact. So like, it's hard to argue with that. And I'm a little conflicted about whether or not it's worth it to fight the boss right now. We're definitely not using this key though. That's for sure. We've long committed to the strategy of not using keys. And I feel like 2 is not quite enough keys. We almost fell there, which would have been pretty bad. Given, you know, the fact that I think we have a thing that causes us to take damage on long falls. Alright, let's get this guy. Hostiles counter on hit might really fuck us here. You know what? I think this guy's really getting owned by this pylon driver. not a bad stage 1 for how much we were shooting, and you know. All right, let's try for a really clean stage 2. Part of that is just avoiding some of these initial hits, for sure. Blue things tend to be fast, is one thing about blue things. We could even use our alt fire, you know, if we wanted to at some point in our career. That was crazy. Alright, that was very easy. We might get out of here, dare I jinx it, without using our Slippium stock. Got a dash. Got a blast. Some Jimmy Neutron moments for us. Our protection's certainly paying off. He whiffed. That one's really easy to whiff, at least for me. Alright, we need to get more proximal pylons. For sure. Alright. You need to go this way. We need to not die. So, oh, we killed him. Excellent. What did we get for our effort? Adrenaline. 5% weapon damage per adrenaline level. Okay. Whew. Alright, so we gotta be careful here because we don't have a fall damage reduction. Alright, so we needed to use that or we were gonna die. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you. It's mostly myself that I hurt. On the other hand, you know, one thing about this, alright, that's a pit. We need swimming before we can visit the Deku tree. So we're not gonna panic about that. Let me know how the video quality is on this episode. If you're still watching and you're part of my faithful, apparently very high endurance YouTube audience, I've upped the video fidelity a little bit, and it is increasing the file size by like a factor of 2, almost. You know, to that end, we might end this video, which I think is going to be number... I don't know, I should stop saying the number in videos. You know what number it is. Anyways, I'll join you in a second, and we'll explore the factored waste. Bye-bye.